Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga. Jaya Gaurari, Jaya Gaurari, Gaurari, Jaya Gaurari. Jai Satchinandana, Jai Satchinandana, Jai Satchinandana, Jai Satchinandana, Jai Satchinandana Gaura Hari. Gaura Hari, Jaya Gaura Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jai Madhu Pandit Prabhu, सूत्र Shrimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Sri, the whole world Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. प्रेम से गो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसति गौर भक्त वृंद की. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Narancheva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jamudire Nastapayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Chapter 8, Canto 8, Chapter 19, Text number 34. Kramato gam padaikena Kramato gam padaikena Dvitiyena divam viboho Dvitiyena divam viboho Kamchakayena mahata Kamchakayena mahata Tartiyasya kuto gatihi Tartiyasya kuto gatihi Kramataha, gradually. Gam, the surface of the land. Pada ekena, by one step. Dvitiyena, by the second step. Divam, the whole of outer space. Vibhoho, of the universal form. Kamcha, sky also. Kayena, by expansion of his transcendental body. Mahata, by the universal form. Tartiyasya, as far as the third step is concerned. Kutaha, varies. Gatihi, to keep his step. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Vamanadev will first occupy the three worlds with one step. Then he will take his second step and occupy everything in outer space. Then he will expand his universal body to occupy everything. Where will you offer him the third step? Purport. Shukracharya wanted to tell Bali Maharaj how he would be cheated by Lord Vamana. You are promised 3 steps, he said. But with only two steps, all your possessions will be finished. How then will you give him a place for his third step? Shukracharya did not know how the Lord protects his devotees. Devotee must risk everything in his possession for the service of the Lord. But he is always protected and never defeated. By materialistic calculations, Shukracharya thought that Bali Maharaj would under no circumstances be able to keep his promise to the Brahmachari Lord Vamanadeva. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnananjanachalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namavom Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Please repeat the translation. Vamanadev will first occupy the 3 worlds with one step. Then he will take his second step and occupy everything in outer space. And then he will expand his universal body to occupy everything. Where will you offer him the third step? So, Shukracharya, he could predict, he could see what Bali Maharaj was not doing, was not seeing, he could see. And because of his, he's a Brahmana, having powers to know the present, future. So he could see that, and therefore he warned Bali Maharaj. Look, this is what is going to happen. You think it is ordinary 3 steps. The first step will cover all the 3 planetary systems. It simply means that all the 3 planetary systems, he was the emperor. Such a big person was Bali Maharaj. And then he will occupy the entire sky. That means everything within the Brahmanda. Then he'll expand into his universal form and occupy everything. Where will you give your third step? So this is so you will be stuck. Don't do this, because there is no place for giving the third step. And this was the advice he gave to Bali Maharaj. Even though you are given promise, you will not be able to keep up. Yesterday's verse we saw, practically the Brahmana is is calling him, Mudha, oh you rascal. Brahmana is calling Bali Maharaj, you're a Mudha. You do not know this. This is what is going to happen. So, this is the nature of living entity. Even if they know that Vamanadev is God himself, still they don't want to recognize or surrender. So simply knowing that God is all-powerful, omnipotent, does not mean that the jiva will surrender. Ordinary people will say, oh, he is very powerful. Let me surrender. Let me be respectful. Power attracts two things. Either respect or envy. Not that always power means respect you will get. You have power, two possibilities are there. You get respect, innocent people, simple people give respect. Envious people, they don't give respect. So simply knowing the Supreme Personality of God and knowledge about Supreme Personality. See, Shukracharya is having knowledge, this boy is Vishnu, this Brahmana is Vishnu. But what difference it makes for him? Huh? Simple people, if you show that he is all powerful, oh, then I have to surrender to him, he is God. Yeah. Simple people will surrender. That is why we also see, as we want to speak, the Lord comes before them and also still they don't recognize. When Krishna went for compromise to Duryodhana, he went to the point of, Krishna showed in the universal form, no difference. So he knew he is his Supreme Lord, Duryodhana. Still he did not agree to the compromise. So this is something that we have to understand, that Jiva's free will that Krishna gives is so much that mere knowledge is not enough to get the bhavana for surrender. To get the bhavana for surrender, you get only from the association of a person who is surrendered. So only by the association of a pure devotee, not by knowledge alone, you surrender. The basic knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, so many people know. Mayavadis know, this thing know, all they all know. But only those who are his devotees, those who are, after reading that, they'll be able to become devotees only if they hear from a person who has got bhakti. So, we should see the limitation of knowledge. There is no lack of knowledge for Shukracharya. There was no lack of knowledge for Kamsa. Still, envy is a nature which does not make one Krishna conscious. That is the reason why in the material world is an eternal feature of the Lord. Because there are always jivas who take up this position. Always. Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says there are two kinds of living, demoniac and divine. Two kinds of jivas. Those who are envious, they are always envious. It is a reality, it is a fact. That is why in the eternal form of the Lord, Krishna has Chakra and Gada. Why Krishna needs Chakra and Gada? Narayana. He's in Vaikuntha, no? There are no demons to kill there. Why Gada is required? Why Chakra is required in the spiritual world? They are all servants of the Lord. They know that Ekapada Vibhuti, 1/4 of Krishna's opulence is in the material world. There are unlimited jivas in the material world. And in that there is devotees and there is non-devotees. So to protect the devotees is a job of Gada and Chakra of the Lord. So this is the nature of Param Satya. Jivas, unlimited jivas are coming out of the Lord and it is left to them through free will, through choice, through association. They can get bhakti. Otherwise, bhakti you cannot get by knowledge. Bhakti is a Shakti. It's an energy. Somebody has to release. Just like money is an energy. Simply if you imagine something in your mind, money will not come. Somebody has to give you. It's an energy. Similarly, this bhakti is a Shakti. If that Shakti comes to us from Prabhupada, we are fortunate we can become devotees. We have all become devotee because that Shakti has come into us. Whatever reasons may be, so many reasons are there for Krishna to give that Bhakti Shakti. Therefore we become devotees. So don't keep too much reliance on knowledge. Information, knowledge about Vishwarupa, knowledge about entire thing, Bhagavad Gita, so many scholars know, but they don't surrender to Krishna. They don't get that Shraddha. Bhakti begins with Shraddha. That Shraddha comes when you associate with the devotee. Shraddha is also another energy. It is flowing. Let us say you read Prabhupada, you have not come to ISKCON, you read Prabhupada's Leelamrita, you read that. As you are reading, when you are hearing his Leelas, that energy of Shraddha can come into your heart. Oh, Prabhupada, oh, is a great devotee of the Lord. He is a pure devotee. How he was empowered to preach Krishna consciousness all over the world. You develop Shraddha in him. Faith and reverence. Faith with respect. That becomes a starting point to receive further Bhakti Shakti from him. Through the Nama that he gives us. By serving that Nama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. We are here today, we are where we are. Because of the guidance, because of the Shakti from the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So ultimately, whether you continue devotion service or don't continue devotion service, leave devotion service, come into devotion service, it does not so much depend upon your mind, your thinking. It is the experience of that Shakti. Otherwise, in the normal sense of the worldly standards, anything that you are saying, you are able to prove. That's why karmis are, how do you know Krishna is Supreme Being? 5 minutes he'll put ulta everything. Because his standard is proof, not Shastra. Okay, then you say Shastra says, why I should believe in Shastra? You're stuck. If you go by those bases, there is no end. But we have evidence, we have evidence after we start practicing. Then we have evidence. Not that without evidence we are going. How our affect, touching the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, how our consciousness is changing, that is the evidence. You cannot take for granted. Oh, I have changed because anyway, not without the mantra also I have changed. No. How you gave up tea, how you gave up coffee, how you gave up attachment to the material world. It might have come through your mind as a decision. But what influenced your decision, it is the Shakti. Changed your life. So direct perception, for instance, in the laboratory, in the chemistry textbook says hydrogen and H2O, 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of oxygen becomes water. 1 molecule of water, H2O. The student should have faith. What faith he should have? Suppose he says, no, I don't believe in it. No, you go and do the experiment, no? Then you say you don't believe in it. Then he said, this is a bogus textbook. Otherwise, keep quiet. Same thing we say, tell in the Shastra. You go to the laboratory and test it. You chant Hare Krishna and see whether you are coming out of bodily concept. You chant without offenses. You see whether you are experiencing Atma Ananda. You see whether you are bubbling with transcendental knowledge coming from the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. All comparison you should do. What was before, 5 years back and now. Something is very close to us, we don't value it. We don't value it. Suppose you have, over 5 years you have made, say, 1 crore rupees. You don't value that 1 crore as much as, suppose I tell you, you were 0 then. Oh, now I have got 1 crore. Because now when you got 1 crore, you are familiar with it. You are thinking how to make it 2 crores, businessman. You are familiar with it. But it is also true that at one time you had 0, it has become 1 crore. You have become 1 crore richer. So this is our mind's nature. How much benefit we have got in our consciousness, in our life in devotionals. We take for granted. What I was 5 years back, 10 years back, and what I am now. From somewhere it has all come. This knowledge has come, detachment has come, from somewhere it has come. Little by little it has come. Just like that 1 crore, daily business, little by little it has come. The same way we are spiritually rich is a proof that what the Shastra says is true. So first step you should have faith. And after faith it is realized knowledge. Because you get experience of that. It becomes vijnana. Jnana becomes vijnana. And then you know, H2O is, I did experiment in the laboratory. I mixed hydrogen and water, oxygen. I got water. So it's true. Maybe let me check one more. Let me check one more. Oh, this whatever this textbook says, good probability it's all correct. Now another way of, what is the basis for initially how to start faith? I got 20 chemistry textbooks. Now which to take? There are 20 Bhagavad Gitas. Which to take? No. You are saying Shraddha. First I should have faith. In Shraddha also, you should not blind faith. The reasonable faith. What is reasonable faith? You will see, oh, is this authorized by the university? This textbook? Or some private person has written? Or authorized by the university? So authorization comes. So by authorization, you use common sense. Authorization means there is a process. Oh, university won't just write anything. They have a process of recognizing. Anybody's book will not be authorized. Oh, you must be a good professor. Therefore, they authorize this, approved by university. Exactly in the same way, the scriptures that we have, say Bhagavad Gita. There are different Bhagavad Gitas. So we have to see what is the parampara. Is it coming from Krishna, the parampara? Is it coming from the perfect source? So we also have used our due diligence. Prabhupada doesn't say anything on his own. His purport is also not his own. It is in parampara. Whatever his guru, whatever they said, that same thing he is passing on. He is not passing anything new. So therefore, okay, I'll accept this Bhagavad Gita as it is. Now I'll apply. Hydrogen plus oxygen is equal to what? Because the chemistry textbook says, take hydrogen this much, take oxygen this much, mix under particular temperature, particular pressure. You mix anyway? No, it is not coming. I took hydrogen and oxygen, I mixed it, did not become water. No, book says this should be temperature, this should be pressure, and then you will see water will come. You follow, then you say it is wrong. Similarly, Prabhupada says, Bhagavad Gita says you should control senses, you should practice Bhakti Yoga, how action should be performed. In the other case, the laboratory was the activity, was the field of activity. You have to go to the laboratory and adjust pressure and temperature. Here, what is the laboratory? Our body and mind is a laboratory. Just like the chemistry textbook, this particularly. If you are breaking regulative principles, you will not find water. You will not get water. You mix and see, you will not get. Challenge. We challenge people. You follow what the Shastra says, you see whether you get result or not. You will get. If result is not there, you cannot say, oh, I have not developed faith in Bhagavad Gita. Did you exactly follow what the Bhagavad Gita says? After that you say, otherwise you just say, I am not capable. I am not capable of studying this subject. Don't comment. So why I was explaining these things is because it is not simply based on blind faith. Reasonable faith it starts with. And all these things we are talking about, we have spiritual life means spiritual, means it is something beyond our material senses. When you want to learn chemistry, yes, it is within this field. You can take hydrogen, oxygen, mix and see. Now we are talking about there is a soul in this body. Who has seen? No microscope has seen. Soul in this body. Super soul in this body. We cannot see. But at the same time, through yoga the soul can be experienced as different from the body. Now the same soul is thinking, I am this body. The soul will realize that it is knowing this body, it is not the body. It is sitting in the body, but not the body. So it's a very systematic process, spiritual life through parampara. One can receive this knowledge. And what I was saying, mainly I started speaking about this, that how by association with Prabhupada, association with devotees, you get Shraddha. Kamsa didn't have Shraddha in Vishnu. Shukracharya didn't have Shraddha in Vishnu. So many Sattvic Brahmanas, they have no faith in, they have no Shraddha. They have some other Shraddha. Their Shraddha is, this is all one process. By process I become Sattva-guna, then Nirguna. Their Shraddha is not on Krishna. That is why Bhagavad Gita, as it is meant, it gives you Shraddha on Krishna. So many Gitas you read, you will not get Shraddha on Krishna. So many Bhagavad Gita, they don't even speak about Krishna, beginning to end. They only take, oh, this is what he says. Now, this is the meaning of that. It's not that Krishna spoke is not important for them. Not important for them. What he spoke, they want. Why? They'll take that and make a philosophy of their own. What he spoke. Because what he spoke is, many things are facts. So he'll steal that knowledge. About the senses, about the mind, these are all facts. They'll take that and take advantage of that and make theory out of it. And become big, big philosophers. One very intelligent person who read Bhagavad Gita as it is, very intelligent, educated, high position in the society, intellectual, he read Prabhupada. And because they're all busy in their world, nice Hindu, but he never read Bhagavad Gita and all. But because he was, modern philosophers are there. So he used to read different modern philosophers, especially from India. Osho, this thing, that thing, all that he used to read. Then finally when he read Bhagavad Gita as it is of Prabhupada, he told, they're all stealing from Krishna knowledge. The common man couldn't realize this. They're all stealing knowledge from Krishna, the clarity with which Krishna spoke and all those things. But Krishna they don't speak. Who has given this knowledge to this world, this kind of knowledge? About Atma, about Sharira, about Manas, about Buddhi, about Ahankara, about Paramatma, about Kshetrajna. Who has given? Nobody has. They don't recognize. So they want to capture the knowledge, make speculative philosophy about themselves, and then afterwards, most of the Bhagavad Gita's interpretation, the market, is message of, not even message, the philosophy of reality. Of this body, mind, everything, sense control, all these things. Minus Krishna. This is the thing. But for us, Krishna, goal of Bhagavad Gita, goal of knowledge is Vedesya Sruvera Ahameva Vedya, is Krishna. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that he embraced that Srirangam, that Brahmana. His Guru told him, read Bhagavad Gita to all the disciples. So he is uneducated, doesn't know how to read and write. So everybody is reading and writing. And this man was They were sitting on the steps and they were reading and all that. This man was also, this devotee was also reading Bhagavad Gita. But he was reading like this. But he cannot read, he's just looking at it. So much he did not know about what is language. But he was also disturbed. But whatever he heard from his guru, that Krishna, this Bhagavad Gita, read Bhagavad Gita, Supreme Lord Krishna has become his chariot driver and he become his chariot driver and he is giving this message. That particular, that Krishna became the chariot driver of Arjuna, God became chariot driver of Arjuna, that bhava went into him. Oh, then I should read Bhagavad Gita. But I cannot read. My guru told this is it. God has become chariot driver and it's. So he was every page as he was keeping book open, that one bhavana, he was tears were coming out. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to him and said, "Why are you crying?" Then he explained this. God himself has, but you do not know how to read, no? No, I do not know how to read, but when I think how God became driver of this one devotee, I cannot help crying. Tears are coming. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced him and told, "You are a true devotee." See, this is how you pick up the bhavana. Devotion is different. In the case of this Brahmana, just what is it that has touched him? The Vyakti Krishna has touched him. Shabda. That person who doesn't know Sanskrit, doesn't know language, anything, if he has that bhavana, he is far beyond any so-called scholars, so-called sattvic, Vedic scholars, all beyond that. Bhakti is completely different. There is no guarantee. If you have scholarship over Vedas, there is no guarantee that you will conclude that Krishna is the essence of Vedas. There is no guarantee. At the stage, you get lost in the woods, details of the woods. You cannot see the forest, big picture you cannot see. Similarly, these people cannot see the big picture. Vedesya sarvair aham eva vedye vedanta veda vidyeva chaham. Oh, then how this is that? Oh, no, that verse is in Bhagavad Gita. That also they interpret Vedesya sarvair aham eva vedye. They say, no, that is not Krishna. But inside Krishna there is one Atma. That Atma is equal to all Atmas. So Vedesya sarvair aham eva vedye means the goal of Vedas, everything is to understand the Atma in him. Atma in him is Atma in you. There is only one Atma. Like that thing. Ho gaya. Finish. Vedesya sarvair verse is gone. That is the Prabhupada says, as it is. We take as it is. Krishna says, Vedesya aham means as he is standing before. He has a transcendental personality. He has a transcendental body. Any questions? You become familiar. Compare. Don't take for granted. Count your blessing. When you see a blind man, you count your blessing, then you will value your eyes. Eyes always I have. Eyes, sense of sight I have. When you see a blind man, I could be without sight. When you see a man without hands, you think about it. You count uses.
This phrase is called count the blessings. We don't count. Already there, no, we don't count. Suppose you have 1 crore rupees, you should count. Then I have 1 crore rupees. Otherwise, ठीक है, वो गोडाउन में है, अभी next 1 crore where I'll get. Count your blessings. How many jivas in this material world? Millions, millions, millions. Oh my God, I have become a Vaishnava. Ooh, what blessing. Material world, everybody is under the struggle for existence. Count the blessings. God, I come at shelter of Krishna. I don't think of my tomorrow at all. Is there anybody in the world who doesn't think of tomorrow? Huh? Tell me, material world. Is there anybody who doesn't think of tomorrow? Only small children don't think of tomorrow. The moment you become adult, you have to think of yourself. Where I will learn, where I will live, what I will eat, all this. So count your blessings. Even a bhakta is liberated here. That liberation may not be permanent, but he is experiencing liberation because you cannot live in this material world as an adult without anxieties of existence. Count the blessing. Imagine yourself and not become the devotee. Think of your friends. Hard struggle for material existence. They have money, they have false freedom. I am really free. Money doesn't bring freedom. More money you have, more bondage. Less money you have, more bondage. Less money you have, you are poverty stricken. Right? You are in trouble. More money you have, you are in bondage. Because some other problem will come. When you have more money, then tax, this, that, worry, all those things. Envy from others. Nobody envies a beggar. When he becomes rich, people will envy. So he has to face that. That means worry. So you have or you don't have. It is a bondage. Come to Vaishnavas. You have money or no money, no bondage. Because it is all Krishna's and for Krishna. If he gives, I have. If he doesn't give, I don't have. What's the problem? Is it not? Just like we laid the foundation stone for temple. I will do my work. I'm not going to sleepless night. Oh, temple is not going temple. It is not your headache. There are Prabhupada, Purvacharyas, Krishna, they have one. This is not for me, I am building. When they want, they will give. I am not ready. You have to go out, try to collect, but you cannot guarantee you will get collection. So, we cannot, temple, I desire temple come up, I desire to work very hard, that's all, over, my role is over. Anandam. Hare Krishna. Kirtaniya Sadahari. That is all my concern is. I am not the controller. I am the sevak. Headache is master's. Master's headache is different. Sevak headache is different. I am not saying I don't have headache. I have sevak headache. I have sevak responsibility, not master's responsibility. You forget Krishna and you worry how to do this for Krishna, how to do this devotion service, big problem. No. What is it that I have to do as a sevak? You do and be peaceful. depend upon Krishna, engage in service of the Lord. So that is why we say we are already liberated. Any other question? He is obsessed with Krishna. See, that is why according to people you should preach. First you should tell the principle. How to accept Guru? Do you know what is Guru? This is in Science of Self-Realization, Prabhupada says, before you accept Guru, you should know what is Guru. You want to buy gold, you should know what is gold. Now somebody comes and says, okay, this is gold. No, I don't want, I don't like it. But do you know how to test a gold? Then you can reject or you can accept, select. So his question is how to select a Guru, right? First you tell him, you please understand what is Guru. You do not even know what is gold and you are going around to shop. Somebody will cheat you. You go to steel shop and they'll give you one piece of iron and you'll pay the price of the gold. First understand what you want. Do you want Guru means what is Guru? Then we will tell you. Otherwise you are thinking in your mind some meaning of Guru. I am having another meaning. I am thinking of gold, you are thinking of iron. What is the use of arguing? If both say gold is a yellow metal, it shines like this, its density is this much. Okay, let's agree. I will tell you where it is. And you go and see. Yes, it's all there. So we have common agreement. And then you will agree, yes, that is gold. Similarly, he doesn't know that the obsession to Krishna is the qualification of Guru. He doesn't know. Grandharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.